Hi, it's Simon Little here from simpleonlinemarketing.co.uk. I just want to bring you a really quick training video, and it's just about how to put content into or edit content or add content to your WordPress website. And we've got an example of a WordPress website here that I've got brought up. That's one we've recently been developing for a client. Now, we recommend WordPress websites, and they've become very popular simply because you don't have to be a web designer or a webmaster or some coding expert to be able to use WordPress. The advantage of it, and the reason why it's grown so much as a content management service, is that it's pretty simple for anybody to use once they know what they're doing. So hopefully this little quick training video will show you how to edit your posts or pages. First of all, we want to log in to the WordPress admin area. Now, if you take this site, we're developing it on our developer platform or developer domain, which is outsoz.com, and the site's at outsoz.com/cleansafe services. So the login is outsoz.com/cleansafe services /wp-admin, and your login is going to be wherever. It's going to be at the root of your site or at the root of your own WordPress blog. So if your whole site is built on WordPress, it will be yoursite.co.uk or .com /wp-admin. Now, a lot of people have used WordPress and they've just done it on a blog, so they might have yoursite.com /blog, and then to log in to WordPress and make any edits, it would be yoursite.com /blog /wp-admin. Let me just run in here quickly. You've got to be an administrator. Now the default is admin. You might have set up other passwords, but I'm just going to enter ours. It's admin. I'll log in with the password, and you're greeted, if you haven't seen this before, in the back end of WordPress with the dashboard. Now the dashboard is great for navigation. You've got this left-hand column which gives you access, which you'll always have this left-hand column, and it'll always be able to bring you straight back to the dashboard quickly if you want to. You've also got access to your posts, your media, your links, your pages, your comments, and so on, right down through to your theme, all along this left-hand side. You've got the opportunity to do a quick post on the right-hand side, and you've just got an overview of your site here. Now we want to go in and edit the pages. Now, posts exist within pages, but the pages are, have a whole areas of themselves. So here we've got, one of our pages, as an example, might be any of these, what I'd call our main categories on the site, but also our pages are these subcategories that fall within our main categories. And the example, I think, of what's the next one that I'm going to do copy for? So graffiti damage. Let's go and have a look at graffiti. At the emergency section. So we built the site up, but obviously, as you can see, the video is in place, the banner is in place, all the other sorts of navigation and bits are in place, but we haven't put the content in yet. So let's just go back to the dashboard. We're going to go to either pages here and click on the word pages, or pages here. So I'm going to go into pages. And that brings up every page. They're all in alphabetical order. So we're looking for graffiti. That's going to be halfway down, and you can see as soon as I hover over it, I get these options. I'm going to edit, and this is running a little bit slower than it usually does, but eventually it brings me through to the back end page for this website page. So we know which one it is. We've confirmed that that's the link, outsoz.com /cleansafe services /graffiti, and that is the title of our page. Now what we want to do is we want to throw some text in here. Now I'm going to copy this in from Word, because this is where the material's been written. Just as a word of warning, do be careful when copying from Word, because you can find that you'll copy over sometimes a lot of code that you don't want, and I'll show you what I mean by that now. So if I highlight all of this, in fact, I'm going to make, there we go, there is a top headline. Right, this is the page title, and I don't actually want to copy this into the body of the page, because there's already a heading for the page. It's just been left there for for my guidance. But if I do happen to copy that in as well, I'm in the visual view. You can see there are two views here: visual, i.e. this is how it's going to look, and HTML, which is the coder's view of it. I'm just going to copy straight in. You can copy straight in out of Word. You have to be careful with a lot of, as I said, with a lot of you know, whether it's services, whether it's you know, email respondent services, or whether it's other content management services, because copying, as I said, copying from Word does carry a lot of extra code. I'm going to show you that code now by switching across to the HTML view, and you can see here these little things inside these triangular brackets. They change the appearance of the text. Okay, so strong is to bold stuff. You see those strong tags, and then further down here we have an H3 tag. That's a bit different. That's a headline 3. And that just basically demonstrates the code that's been dragged in. I'm just going to update the site so you can see what that means. Okay, so I've just updated. It says here, page updated, view page. I'm going to flick across here. You'll see I've loaded up a page that doesn't have content, but if I refresh now, because I've just updated it in WordPress, boom, there's all of our content. And you can see that it's copied in the graffiti bit that I said I didn't want, and also this bit. And then this, which if you remember had a slightly different tag or code bit around it, which was H3 rather than strong. Strong just bolds text, and H3 specifically relates to a type of headline. So you might have programmed into your site several different headline types, so that text has certain dimensions and might be bold or italicized or whatever else. And the H3 displays differently to this bolded stuff. Now, I don't want this to be here, and I don't want this to be different to the bit down the bottom, so I'm just going to edit that and show you how I've done it. First of all, as I said, I wanted that to be H3. It's not that H3 is desperately technical, it's just because I want it to match this bit of text here, which already has. So I'm literally sort of copying this one line, but changing the text in the middle, which might be an easier way for you to do it. And if I update that here now, and pop over here and refresh, you'll see that that comes up now. And that's the same size as this text down the bottom here, so that's what I wanted. And I want to get rid of that repeated headline. The page itself already has a headline. The text that I copied across had the headline repeated, and I don't want that there. So I'm going to delete it. And let me just delete it from Visual. There are two views, as I said. You can do checks in Visual, and you can also do checks in code. If I just highlight graffiti and delete it, now no, I didn't delete the code there, I just deleted the word in the visual format. So what I'm hoping it will do is leave a little bit of code in there that affects the way the rest of the text displays. Right, and indeed it does. I've deleted the word. It just leaves an extra gap there. So just make sure to get rid of those gaps. If I look in the HTML tags, now this graffiti damage thing has been returned to strong rather than H3 in the visual code. That's to do with the fact that I've edited in Visual rather than HTML. You have to be just careful between the two because it can change up. Aren't computers wonderful for treating us with those little quirks? So now if I refresh, you see it's gone back. Although I made the change, it's gone back to that previous size, which is different from the one down here, and that's not what I wanted. So again, I'm just going to nip back in. and make that change again. This is going to be H3, and this is going to be \H3, which just closes that little bracket of code. I update here. I refresh here. And ta-da! We have a page with content. We have the right headlines and bolding around. Everything else is set up nicely. All these other things are already set. Perfect. There's my page. It's already set up. I've been able to edit the post with a bit of explanation. It's taken me a little less than 10 minutes to actually do all of that. With a bit of practice, and when you're not talking to somebody else through a computer, then it's literally a couple of minutes job, and that's the benefit of WordPress. Like I said, it's very simple to make those edits yourself. You don't need to have a web designer or a web developer on board all the time. It's pretty similar to using Word docs or something like that if you're used to them. Okay, I hope that's been of help to you, and I hope you're you're going to find it easier to make edits to your pages now yourself. And I'll look forward to speaking to you again soon in the next video. Thanks for now. Bye.